After Avengers Endgame, I'm one of the people that wanted a couple characters to get a fourth film. One of them being Thor, because Taika finally gave him a good film with Ragnarok, and I thought, why not? Let's carry that story going. Another one was Captain America. We've handed the mantle over. I thought that would also be great. There's got to be a good story to tell there with a new Cap, right? I should stop asking for things, really. Maybe we all should. Captain America Brave New World come out, and I didn't really know whether to come on here and talk about it or not. But, here I am. I'm going to give you a short little review. This isn't going to be a long video from me. I thought, let's just come on, get my opinions out there on it, because it's the big topic in the movie world at the minute for a couple weeks till the next big movie comes out or whatever. This is a interesting film. There was a lot this film had to do, and there was a lot of hype towards it purely because of Marvel. At the end of Endgame, we see Steve Rogers, the original Captain America, hand the shield over to Sam Wilson, which was the right decision. I know some people wanted it to go to Bucky, but this is a trained assassin who's killed loads of innocent people. Doesn't make sense for the mantle of Captain America to go to him, really. Sam makes more sense. No problem there. One of the first Disney Plus shows we get is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which at the time I wasn't a huge fan on, but I rewatched it before this and enjoyed it more. And I purely think that's because we've had so much shit come out since then. That be one of them. So we get our whole show again building up towards Sam Wilson becoming Captain America. And then at the end of that, we get Captain America will return. Okay, great. There's either going to be a Captain America show or a movie. And it was very quickly announced it would be a movie, which I thought was the right step. It was the right direction. You don't want a Captain America TV show. He's a big name. He's a movie name. Great. Great stuff. Then they announced that Harrison Ford would be coming in to play Lieutenant Ross because the previous actor sadly passed away. I thought, great casting there. I can see him doing a good job, and it's Harrison Ford. Man's a living legend in the movie world. Great actor. I thought this is great choice. And then slowly as this movie went into production more and it got further along, the worries started to creep in. First off, the reshoots. There was extensive reshoots, making this, I believe, maybe the most expensive Marvel film because of how many reshoots they had. And then, of course, plot details started to come out. Now, I know there's this weird new love for the Incredible Hulk film because there's been, again, a lot of shit from Marvel. They've kind of ruined the Hulk character, haven't they? And I think people want to go back to that old Hulk from the Incredible Hulk where he is just a rage monster, which is fair enough. But, the Hulk film I still don't think is anything too great. It's very much the black sheep of the MCU. But to make a sequel to that film this many years later without the Hulk in it, it's a really strange decision. So anyway, I'm going to do some positives first, then I'll get into some negatives, and there might be some spoilers here, folks. So if you haven't seen the film and you don't want to get it spoiled, then, go watch the film and come back. Now, I don't want people to think that I'm just a hater on here, because I know that hating on Marvel's a very fun thing to do at the minute. When Marvel puts something good out, I will praise it. And I will say at the minute, Daredevil looks great. The Thunderbolts trailer has even been really good. And I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. I'm not a Marvel hater. I'm looking forward to these products, and I hope they are good. I was looking forward to this as well. But my reasoning for disliking this, I want to get straight off the bat, is not because it isn't Chris Evans anymore playing Captain America. Because there are some people on the internet that are genuinely saying that. I've seen some people saying, you must hate this film because he's black now. No! I actually love that they chose Sam Wilson. I just think it's such a poor excuse, because I have genuine reasons for disliking this movie, and none of them are to do with the racial or ethnicity of castings in this movie. I think it's great that we've got a black Captain America. I think that is fantastic. And especially with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they worked it into the story really well. In that regards, to people going to say, I'm only hating it because of that, to those people, I kind of just say, So anyway, let's do some positives first, because I do want to say I feel like Anthony Mackie gave a good performance in this, and I think that as Captain America, even with the kind of cringe dialogue he had at times and the very lackluster story, you did believe that this guy represented Captain America. He had the heart and the soul of what it is to be Captain America. I feel like the idea of Captain America isn't the fact that, you know, you have super soldier serum or whatever. It's about the type of person you are. And you really feel like that Sam as a character has grown throughout the show Falcon, throughout his entire journey in the MCU. And in this film, it works that he has the morals to be Captain America, and it does show through. I think he's good. The new Falcon, I didn't realise that they were going to make this guy Falcon, but they have, I guess. He's okay, he's kind of cocky, he's fun, he's kind of he's going to be a bit forgettable if they put him in an Avengers film, I'll say that. But for here in this film as a side character, he works well, he's fine. And Harrison Ford was really good in the film as well, I want to say. I thought that he very much done a great job taking over from our previous actor, and I believe that he was playing Thunderbolt Ross. I also do want to say that even though it's not nearly as long as it should be, and you see everything in the trailers, the Red Hulk stuff is pretty fun. It's stupid, the fact that Captain America puts up a fight against him, especially one without the super soldier serum. I know I just said that Captain America doesn't need that, but still, the Red Hulk fight sequences are fun. And it's great to have a raging Hulk on screen again, and not some wimpy, nerdy one, which brings out his kid with the hairline of... I'm trying to think of someone to insult here, but I don't want to put anyone on that level. So yeah, it was great to have a raging Hulk back, and I really hope that maybe Marvel have seen that the reception to Red Hulk himself has been good, and they might put Mark Ruffalo's Hulk back like that. Please, Marvel? And from there on, I'm pretty much out of positives, I think. The reshoots in this film really hurt it. You can tell a mile off what has been reshot, what bits just feel forced in here. I know that there are some actors who were meant to be in this film and completely got cut out, and then there are other actors which feel really forced in. I think his name's Sideswipe or something like that. The chicken shop man, Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad. Solid actor, but man, this man's been like begging Marvel to put him in a film for like 5 years, I think. He's even like said, oh, I could be like Charles Xavier. And he settled for this? This character sucks. He feels so forced in. He's so unintimidating. What is his power? He doesn't have one. What kind of supervillain is he? He just shows up, gets beat every time. And they sort of teased him like, oh yeah, he's alive at the end. When are we going to see him next? Hopefully never. Awful, awful character. The main villain of the film, they bring back I don't know the actor's name off the top of my head. They bring back the guy from The Incredible Hulk, who they teased becoming the leader. You see his head starting to grow. And in the comics, he looks like this. Okay. In a world where comic accuracy is getting better, you'd hope and expect that he might look somewhat like this. Nah, fuck that, Marvel said. We're going to make him look like this. He's the leader, he's smart, we got to see his brain popping out. This guy looks fucking ridiculous. He looks shit. His plan as well, so stupid. And at the end of the second act, his plan gets fumbled. Like, he gets beat, basically. He gets outsmarted. This is meant to be one of the most intelligent men on the planet, and he gets outsmarted within 2 acts of his movie. So then he has to turn it all around at the end, and it's just, you could just tell the writers were really struggling. Like, how do we carry the story on and get the Red Hulk in here? How do we do it? And the pacing of the film is just all over the place. I feel like for a film to have good pacing, it needs to have its moments where it slows down and gives you heartwarming moments with characters. And it doesn't even have time to do that because it's just rushing you through. That when it does give you those slow moments, even they feel rushed. It's sometimes hard to even pick up when certain acts of the film end because it's just like throwing you through this film at 1,000,000 miles per hour. And the film is only 1 hour and 50 something minutes. It's not very long. So I really don't know why they just didn't make this film a bit longer, just to give you some more time with these characters or to explore the plot a bit more. Let it unwind a bit more, just give you a bit more breathing room in there. And there are a few other characters in this film as well, which, you know, it just feel... There's like a new Black Widow woman in it. I can't even tell you what the point of her being in this film was. And then the visual effects as well. Look, there are some good moments. It's not all bad. You know, the Red Hulk looks pretty cool. But there's some scenes at the end where Captain America is like talking to him with like some cherry blossoms in the background, and it looks horrendous. It looks horrendous. And then there are meant to be these big fist bump moments, which I've noticed Marvel have been doing lately, where they actually leave pauses in their films for the audience to go, that's how you know they're not taking their film seriously. Like, they revert back to the big celestial that come out of the earth in Eternals, which I'm pleased they're finally acknowledging, and Harrison Ford's like, everyone's after the metal inside. Adamantium. Let's pause, because the whole audience needs to go, oh my god! No one's fucking doing that. No one cares anymore! It's cool that they acknowledge that, and it's cool that they put adamantium in it, but the way they sort of went about it was really cringe. And then the film sort of wraps up. Both our villains, the leader and Red Hulk, are in the big prison in the middle of the ocean. And we get to see Betty Ross come back, which I think Marvel also expecting people to go, whoa! But again, does anyone care? I didn't. I was like, oh, okay, there's Betty Ross. I don't care. And then the leader sets up something called the Others. I don't know if the Others are characters in Marvel, like another group, like the Illuminati or some stupid shit like that. But it almost feels like really at a loose end, like the Others. That's so if Doom fails, we can just bring in the Others, whoever they are. It's such a stupid cliffhanger. Marvel have done absolutely no job to build up any future villains. Like Doom, there's nothing. And they're meant to start filming Doomsday next month, and there's no build up to him at the minute. And they're just constantly dropping these little end credit scenes like that, and it's kind of hilarious. Okay, big spoiler. There was one big cameo in the film, which also was pretty terrible. And I feel really bad for this character, because I feel like he's been really good in all of his appearances throughout the MCU so far, and that being Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. I would have been surprised if he didn't show up, because he has such a close connection with Sam now, especially after the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show. But the way they went about his cameo was just awful. He just sort of pops up, and there's this, like, he has this chat with Sam where Sam says everything that he needs to say anyway, and the Winter Soldier doesn't really add too much to the conversation. And then he just leaves. He just walks away like, oh, there's a big threat out there still, you know, there's all this stuff going on, but, you know, I'm going to go do this instead. And I would say, oh, maybe it makes sense if Thunderbolts is set at the same time. He's got to go deal with the Thunderbolt stuff, but it's not. So it just felt like such a pointless cameo, and it was just hilarious how he just wandered in like, hey, Sam, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Tell me what you need to say. Cool. See you later. It was just such a weird film. Is it the worst Marvel film? No. Ant-Man Quantumania still exists.
My name is Darren, and
and to be honest, I think both the Captain Marvel films are pretty down there, and I could probably think of another one or two. But this is definitely down there. It just feels like such a product. It doesn't feel like a proper movie. It feels like filler. And considering this is meant to be the first film that starts leading towards the next Avengers film, it's such a poor way to start it off. There's nothing memorable about this film. And I always like to walk away from films going, what was the point of the movie? And I can't even tell you what the point of it was, because we already knew Sam was Captain America from the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If it was to make us think that Sam's got to start building towards the next Avengers, then I don't really know how this film set that up, other than just having Ross say to him at one point,
to help me rebuild the Avengers.
I just really don't get what the point of this film is. And when you slot it into the MCU line, like, what service is this film going to have? Oh, they mentioned adamantium. Great, that warranted a whole fucking 2-hour Captain America film. So, guys, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't, like, terrible, awful like some people were saying, but it's really not very good. As far as filmmaking goes, it's really poor. It's a mess. You can tell the reshoots just hurt this film, and the writers just completely got lost within their own mess. And it is a real shame, because as I say, I like Sam Wilson as Captain America. I really want to like him more. You got Harrison Ford in here as the Red Hulk. Like, this should have been better. But yeah, Captain America Brave New World, it's a mess. It's a big, sloppy mess. Disney.
You've got to do better.
Anyway, as I say, Daredevil looks good. Thunderbolts surprisingly looks good, and I'm really hoping Fantastic Four will be good. Fuck Ironheart. But yeah, so I do think we're gonna get on some better things from the MCU now. I say I'm not just one of these people that comes on here hating. I'm just honest. I'm just trying to be honest. And honestly, this wasn't very good. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this movie. I know that some people have been enjoying it, and fair play to you. I'm happy for you guys. For me, yeah, it's not absolutely abysmal, but it's not good at all. Just a mess. Just a mess. Thank you for watching, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.